Did you know there are over 1 billion cows on Earth, and we eat them without even thinking about it? From pigs and chickens to goats and even crickets, humans will eat pretty much anything that moves. We are easily the most flexible eaters on the planet. If you're enjoying this so far, smash that like button real quick. But here is the really strange part. Try to remember the last time you saw elephant on a menu. You can't, right? It's weird because an elephant is literally the biggest pile of meat walking on land. One single elephant has thousands of pounds of protein, which is enough to feed a whole village for weeks. Before we solve this mystery, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. Now this is where it gets interesting. Why did we skip it? Why did humans hunt and farm almost every big animal in reach, but leave the largest one basically alone? A cow and an elephant are both just meat, muscle, and fat. Both are edible. So why does one show up on dinner tables everywhere while the other never does? The answer is a mix of biology, math, and a secret humans learned thousands of years ago. Which part of this surprised you most? Let me know in the comments. Once you see the math, you can't unsee it. These numbers alone basically end the argument right now. If you're liking this so far, hit that like button. Think about what it takes to feed an elephant. One adult eats 300 pounds of food every day, every single day. That's grass, bark, and branches shoveled in for 18 hours straight. But here's the crazy part. They also drink 50 gallons of water. Now, compare that to a cow. A cow is ready in about a year on way less food. It's cheap, fast, and easy. But an elephant, it takes a lot. Imagine waiting 2 years just for a baby to be born. If that sounds wild, hit that like button. A female elephant takes around 22 months just to be born, the longest pregnancy of any land animal on Earth. Then, it grows for 10 to 15 years before it's anywhere near full size. But here's the crazy part. You'd be dumping food and water into one animal for a decade before you ever got a single meal out of it. Hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. No farmer in history could make that math work. You'd go broke or starve long before that animal ever paid you back. A cow feeds you in a year, but an elephant asks for a decade first. That choice basically makes itself. Which part surprised you most? Let me know in the comments. But wait, because cost isn't even the... Did you know elephants are more like humans than we ever imagined? If you're enjoying this so far, smash that like button. It's not about money, it's about the animal itself. They are scary smart. They can look in a mirror and know it's them. Almost no other animal can do that. They even mourn their dead. They'll stand over a family member's bones, touching them softly with their trunks for hours, and even return to that spot years later. They cry, comfort each other, and remember faces and places for decades. But here's the crazy part. This is why hunting them feels so wrong deep down. It's one thing to eat a simple animal that just eats grass and forgets. It's another thing entirely to eat one that feels grief. Humans figured this out a long time ago. Hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. Now, this is where it gets dangerous. Let's say you actually hunted one down. Now you have a deadly new problem. An angry elephant is one of the most dangerous animals on Earth. They aren't slow. Which part of their intelligence surprised you most? Tell us in the comments. Imagine a 6-ton truck charging at you at 25 miles per hour. Now realize that's actually a living, breathing elephant. These gentle giants turn into monsters when they're angry, and they can flip a car or crush a human in the blink of an eye. Even today, they kill hundreds of people every year. If you're enjoying this so far, smash that like button. Now, imagine trying to take one down with nothing but a wooden spear or a bow. For most of human history, that was the only way to do it. Hunting an elephant meant you were literally gambling with your life and the lives of your friends. It was a terrifying trade-off. You might feed your whole tribe for a month, or you might lose your best hunters and end up with nothing but a tragedy. But here's the crazy part. Compared to a giant, a deer looks like a much better deal. A wild pig is way easier to catch, safer to kill, and it won't fight back like a living tank. Hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. Early humans weren't trying to be brave. They were just being smart. Why risk everything on a beast when the forest is full of easier snacks? Now this is where it gets really interesting, because this rule wasn't always set in stone, and the rare exceptions actually prove the point instead of. Wait until you hear this. Humans actually ate elephants. It's true. In parts of Africa, people hunted them when food was scarce. If you're enjoying this, hit that like button. But here's the crazy part. Ancient humans did the same with mammoths to feed their groups. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell now. Notice the pattern though. It was always about need, not choice. It wasn't a habit or something you'd farm. It was the backup plan, the last resort, and never the first option. Which part surprised you most? Tell me in the comments. And that's not a. Have you ever noticed that elephants are the only giant animal humans never tried to put on a menu? It's the perfect counterexample. That's the rule confirming itself. Eventually, culture caught up with this and made that rule official. Elephants didn't just avoid our dinner plates. They became something much more important. We turned them into symbols. If you're liking this so far, smash that like button. Now, wait until you see how deep this goes. In parts of Asia, the elephant is sacred, tied to gods, temples, and royalty. There is even a famous god with an elephant's head. Kings rode them into battle. They became living symbols of power, wisdom, and memory. Now here is the crazy part. It's not just in Asia. Even in the West, the elephant stands for something special. It's the animal that never forgets. And here's the thing. You don't eat an animal you've turned into a god. You don't cook a creature that you've carved into your temple walls. You don't put a symbol of wisdom on a dinner plate. Hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. This same thing happened all over the world between cultures that never even spoke. Different continents and languages, but they all ended up at the same quiet line. Which part surprised you most? Drop a comment below. Some. Have you ever wondered why the biggest source of meat on land is the one animal we almost never eat? It's not just one answer, it's a bunch of facts stacked together. Elephants are way too expensive to raise. You'd have to feed one for 10 years for just one payoff. If you're liking this so far, smash that like button. But here's the crazy part. They are just too smart. They grieve, they remember, and they feel. Something in us refuses to eat that. They're dangerous too. Hunting one could cost you your life. And on top of that, we spent thousands of years making them gods and symbols instead of meals. One reason might not stop us, but together they make a wall. That's why we leave that meat alone. Hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss out. Now this is where it gets interesting. Humans didn't vote on this. There's no rule. We just noticed this pattern everywhere. Some animals are food and some are not. We built our lives around this without ever saying it. The elephant was never on the menu. Which reason surprised you most? Tell me in the comments. And now you know. Wait until you hear this. That's exactly why. If it's not about the meat, but the mind behind it, hit that like button if you agree, What other animals are we saving for that same reason? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. If this changed how you see your plate, hit subscribe because the next one is going to be even crazier.